Hey there, and welcome. So today, we're going to dive into something I think we can all use a little more of: how to transform our inner world from, chaos to calm. We're going to be drawing from the wisdom of Echoes of Empowerment to lay out a real practical roadmap for a more positive life.
Does that sound familiar? I mean, who hasn't felt that way? This is the powerful image the source material opens with. It's that feeling when the waves of anxiety and just the winds of negativity seem to completely take over.
And right there, that's the big promise. This isn't about just trying to survive the storm. It's about actually changing the climate inside your own mind. We're going to explore the tools you need to build your own inner peace, and we'll walk through exactly how to get it done.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, our first and most important stop is mastering our mindset. See, true, lasting calm isn't really about changing the world around you. It all starts with the work you do inside your own head.
This right here is an absolute game changer. Think about it. We spend so much energy trying to control every little outcome, thinking that's the path to peace. But the source points out this great irony. The harder we try to control the things we can't, the more stressed out we become. Real calm, that comes from letting go.
And this is where it gets super practical. This is basically the circle of influence exercise. Take a look at these two columns: what's within your control and what's outside your control. All of our focus, all of our energy should be poured into that column on the left. Worrying about the right side, what someone thinks of you, or something that happened yesterday, it's like trying to steer a ship from the shore. It's just wasted energy. The real key is to focus your power where it actually makes a difference.
Okay, this question gets right to the heart of our internal world. That constant chatter in your head, is it your biggest cheerleader or your harshest critic? Just becoming aware of that voice, that's the very first step to changing the conversation. So how do we actually do that? This slide breaks it down perfectly. The next time that critical voice pops up and says, "I'm bad at this," just stop and challenge it. Ask yourself, is that really 100% true? Then you reframe it. Instead of that harsh final statement, you turn it into a story of growth. I can improve with practice. And finally, you reinforce that new story with affirmations. You're not lying to yourself, you're just choosing a more empowering narrative to live by.
All right, we've talked about the big picture mindset. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the daily, practical habits that create a buffer against negativity and stress. Think of this as your proactive toolkit.
I absolutely love this metaphor from the source. It's so simple and so true. Your energy is a finite resource, right? Every single conversation, every task you do, every minute you spend scrolling on your phone, it's either a deposit or a withdrawal from your energy bank. Sustainable positivity is all about managing that balance.
So how do we manage it? Well, you start by doing a simple energy audit. Just like you see in these examples, you identify what gives you energy, your boosters, and you find ways to do more of that. Then you get honest about what drains you and see where you can set some boundaries, or maybe just reduce your exposure. It's really all about being intentional with your time and your attention.
Now, we've all heard about keeping gratitude journals, but the source adds this brilliant little twist. It's not just about being thankful for the good stuff. The real power, the deep insight, comes from actively looking for the lesson inside a setback. A traffic jam? That becomes extra time to listen to a great podcast. A really tough project at work? Well, it teaches you resilience. This practice literally rewires your brain to find opportunities for growth everywhere.
Okay, so we've got our foundation, we've got our daily habits. But what happens when stress hits you like a tidal wave? This next part is all about immediate, in-the-moment tools you can use to reset your emotional state.
We've all been there. You know that feeling, right? When you're just completely swamped by an emotion, whether it's anger or anxiety or just pure frustration. So, what do you do in that exact moment?
Here's an incredibly effective technique, and it's backed by neuroscience. The moment you feel that rush of emotion, just pause. Then identify what it is. Is it disappointment? Is it fear? Then you simply name it. I am feeling frustrated. The simple act of labeling it shifts the activity in your brain from the reactive, emotional part to the more logical thinking part, and that alone can immediately dial down its power over you.
And speaking of in-the-moment resets, this quote just nails it. So much of our stress comes from carrying around these heavy bags filled with past regrets, old hurts, and fears about the future. Letting go is that conscious decision right then and there to just set the bag down. It's an act of freeing yourself.
Okay, for this last piece of the puzzle, we're going to shift our focus a little bit, from inward to outward.
Because, building inner calm isn't just an internal job. The way we interact with the world around us creates this powerful feedback loop that can either feed our stress or amplify our peace.
And here's the crucial point. Kindness is actually a powerful form of self-care. The source highlights that when we do something kind for someone else, our brains release oxytocin. You might have heard it called the love hormone. Well, this chemical actually reduces our own stress levels and makes us feel more connected. So being kind to others is, literally, good for you.
And the best part? It doesn't have to be some huge, grand gesture. We're talking about simple, daily actions, like active listening, truly hearing someone without just planning your reply. That is a profound act of kindness. Forgiving someone, that's about releasing a burden for your sake. These small things create these ripples of positivity that, believe me, always come back to you.
So as we start to bring this all together, if there's one thing you walk away with, let it be this. This isn't about just wishing for a calmer life. It's about understanding that peace is a skill. It's the result of practice. It's like learning an instrument. The more you practice these things, like mastering your mindset, auditing your energy, resetting in the moment, the better you get.
So I'll leave you with this question. We've covered a lot of tools today, right? You don't have to do them all at once. Just pick one. Will you try the Name It to Tame It technique next time you feel stressed? Or maybe do a quick 5-minute energy audit? The power to transform your inner world is in your hands, and it starts with your very next choice. What's it going to be?